A good Saturday morning to you and welcome to Weekend Recharge. I'm Paul Goodlow.
And I'm Kelly Kaz. Happy Saturday, everybody. Maria LaRosa is off, and for the next 2 hours, we want you to unplug and just get lost in the weather.
That's right. We are calling you to say, put the phone down. This little phone guy. We're going to show him the exit.
Look at that.
A little red
right through
X and shoo him out. There you go. All right.
Well, you know, on a more serious note, though, this has been quite a busy week weather-wise. You know, we had more than a dozen confirmed tornadoes this week, resulting in 2 deaths. So what happens if you're driving down the interstate and you spot a tornado? Look at that, coming your way. Knowing what to do and what not to do can mean the difference between life and death for you and your family.
And it's not over yet. A new round of severe weather, including the threat of more tornadoes flaring up this weekend. In fact, we have a torcon of 3. We're up to 2 states today. Thunder and lightning threatening our outdoor plans from Texas all the way to the Carolinas. And in between, here's Kelly with a closer look at what to watch out for.
Now, we're not expecting a tornado outbreak or even a severe weather outbreak, but we can't rule out the possibility that we could see either severe thunderstorm warnings or occasionally some tornado warnings as well, although the overall tornado threat is running pretty low. But this is the area to watch for the worst of the weather. Portions of Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. In fact, that's where the storms are firing up right now. And then we've also got the just general storminess and rainy conditions along the south. That rain will expand in nature as we go through the next few days. So look for a soaker in places like Baton Rouge, Louisiana, all the way up towards Jackson, Mississippi, even Atlanta, looking at some pretty stormy weather ahead. Then you've got the next wave of storms eventually coming from the Great Lakes into the Northeast. Of course, the snow is melting there. The ground is saturated. There is the potential we could see some flooding out of some of this because, you know, where's the water going to go, right, when the ground is saturated?
Too much of a good thing and the bad thing eventually in a short amount of time. Hey, more now on our top story, the tornado aftermath in Illinois. The National Weather Service rating that tornado an EF4. Now, the monster just devastating several towns in northern Illinois. And now as we head into our second day of cleanup, residents are working to pick up the pieces. Our Dave Malkoff is live in Esmond. And Dave, what's it like seeing all that damage firsthand? I see you got the gloves on. It's cold out there this morning.
It's really tough. The gloves are to make sure that I'm not going to touch any nails or anything because it's really human drama here. We had 2 people die just around the corner from here. And look at this home. The roof peeled off, but nobody was here. Tanner, you were actually out of town at the time, right?
Yeah.
And your kid's room is right there. That's the 6-month-old kid's room.
Yeah.
Wow. But so nobody was here and you all survived because you were on a stroke of luck somewhere else. That's incredible. But who do you have in your hand?
This is my daughter's cat, Kukaluka.
That's Kukaluka?
Yep.
And we found Kukaluka this morning meowing and purring, and it turned into a kind of an internet sensation. And it's great to see Kukaluka back in your arms. Did you think you lost the cat?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. What was your daughter saying about Kukaluka here?
My daughter's not thinking much about what's going on here. We're trying to keep her mind off of everything.
Yeah. And you moved in here 3 years ago, and now you have 3 kids. And it's just amazing to see the home destroyed like this. But it's just things.
Yeah. Right. Correct.
Yeah, what are you doing today?
Taking all of our possessions to a neighbor's house.
Yeah, and so it's not just you, but it's all of your neighbors, right? Everybody's going through this. This is a very tight-knit community. So everybody is hit by the tornado in some way or another.
Honestly, don't know how they survived. I mean, from the looks of the house, they were hidden in the bathroom. There's no basement, it's just a slab. And it was just my dad, or Candy, my dad's girlfriend, and my grandma and their puppy were in the bathroom. So, and the bathroom was on the other side of the house where they found them.
Only 2 people were killed in all of this. It's amazing that only 2 people were killed in all of this because this was a monster tornado, a half-mile wide. What did you think when you came and you saw the house for the first time?
It was rough. It was rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad was here an hour or 2 before we got here, and he kind of prepared us for the worst. So it wasn't as shocking because we knew it was pretty bad, but still, you know, it's a house that we raised 3 kids in, and we're raising 3 kids in, and it's kind of rough to see it in this shape.
Well, you'll start over, and even the one resident of the house, Kukaluka, survived this. The only soul in the house at the time. Thank you so much. Shea, back to you guys.
Kuka Luka, love the name.
Yeah.
Kuka for short.
Now Kuka has, what, 8 lives?
I know, right? Oh my gosh, so
Great
glad it's
story there.
okay. He's okay.
And unfortunately, we have another risk of severe weather this weekend. In fact, later on today, as well as we head through the plains. Take a look at the radar right now, because we actually show you portions of Oklahoma. You're seeing this off in the distance, darkening skies as thunderstorms are rolling already this morning towards the OKC. Also, more thunderstorms popping up here in areas of western in Oklahoma, as well as the Panhandle as well. And we'll see more storms fire up later on this afternoon. We're also watching the immediate Gulf Coast states. All across Louisiana, Texas, into even the Gulfport, Mississippi area with thunderstorms coming right across Interstate 10. And again, we can time this out here, put our forecast in motion, and we'll see storms coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. Corpus, we have some rain probably around the noon hour. That'll head on towards the Galveston and Houston area later on this afternoon. And then our focus turns back towards the dry line. We have moist air ahead of it and then dry air behind it, kind of like a cold front clashing with the air masses. And we'll see more strong and severe thunderstorms. Portions of Colorado, as well as Kansas, as well as the panhandles of Texas and Oklahoma, we could see strong and severe thunderstorms. Some of those can produce tornadoes, so we have a 30% chance of seeing tornadoes within 50 miles of the panhandles later on this afternoon. Then also, as we head towards tomorrow, the flow continues from the Gulf of Mexico, so a huge rainmaker, kind of a soggy start to this week, as well as more thunderstorms popping up now. Now we're going to extend this severe weather risk area from the Big Bend area right on through areas of central Kansas, including Wichita, and then into Kansas City. Even areas of central and southern Iowa could see some strong and severe thunderstorms as we head on towards tomorrow. In fact, Wichita, our forecast, beautiful day today, but then storms pop up again tomorrow. And again, cooler but windy as we head on towards Monday as well. Kelly?
Well, Paul, devastation in Illinois after tornadoes ripped through several towns, flattening homes and businesses. We're going to dissect some of the amazing video we now have and look for clues into what happened and some of what people faced. Oklahoma City, don't get too nervous about these storms, but we do have some storms on the way. There could be some small hail on the west side of town, also seeing some lightning flashes to your north as well. We'll take a look at the radar coming up.
What's he doing? You think I have time to run into?
Golfsmith, anything for golf. Discover Can-Am's wide range of industry-leading vehicles during the Ready to Ride sales event. For a limited time, the Outlander L starts at $59.99. Or get the versatile Commander, the powerful Outlander, and the turbocharged Maverick XDS with cash rebates up to $2,000. Don't miss out. Visit your local dealer during the Ready to Ride sales event. Can-Am, the ride says it all.
This weekend, upgrade your style at Men's Warehouse. Right now, buy one get one free on select items store-wide. Plus, take an additional 50% off all clearance items. Only at Men's Warehouse.
I am never getting married.
We're never having kids.
We are never moving to the suburbs.
We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there.
Advanced Design makes it easy to protect your dog or cat from fleas and ticks. Discover Seresto. With the performance you expect from topicals in a non-greasy collar, Seresto provides protection against fleas and ticks for 8 months. Seresto.
From the very start, I wanted FitCore to be different. If you come to me, it's because you want to do what I do, because I don't do what other people do. It's kind of like creating a brand for myself.
Your business is unique. Your marketing should be too. With Vistaprint, it will be. Put your personal touch on 500 business cards starting at just $9.99. Just enter promo code TV500 at Vistaprint.com.
Stay true to yourself. You can do this how you want to do it, and somebody else is going to think that's awesome and want to do it that way too.
Vistaprint.com. Tomorrow at 9.
One man's trash
Get to work.
is another man's totally awesome beer can space heater.
Hi. Brainstormers. Tomorrow at 9. Only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 85. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 73. Sunday, partly cloudy. High 86. Winds southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We are still in the eye, and we're still trying to get into the same place.
She's in labor right now.
We know more about this system hour by hour.
This is our Pineapple Express pumping in that rainfall.
We are talking about a doozy of a storm.
It was bad. I mean, it was the whole town was just gone.
Heartbreak in Fairdale. This is in northern Illinois. A powerful tornado hits this tiny Illinois town.
2 women killed, homes wiped off the face of the earth. Sadly, Fairdale does not have outdoor warning sirens.
Oh, man. But thankfully, it happened during daylight hours and when most people were awake and aware of the danger.
Yeah, they can definitely see it coming. And again, getting to a safe place immediately can really mean the difference between life and death when a tornado is threatening you. Here's an example of what you should not do if you spot a twister coming your way.
This is a tornado, and I cannot tell which way it is going, so I don't know how to get away from it. But it looks like it's coming right towards me. Yeah, I'd say it's gonna come right over me. Let me see if I can back up here a little bit and get under the bridge.
Wow, scary. He had his son on the phone, by the way. That's why he's talking so calmly and he's not freaking out like I would be.
Now, again, if you're a storm chaser, typically you're not in the car by yourself. You have someone else looking at a radar so you can kind of know which way it's coming and what way to avoid. So he had no clue. And the best thing to do is if you're in a car, if you can, drive away from it. Don't drive across this potential path because you have no idea how fast these things can move and can be on you just like that. Also, you might think it's only maybe, 10, 20, maybe even 30 yards. These things can be more than a mile wide. And
even just the periphery of that thing can throw debris at you and really affect you. And, in the piece, look at this. It's so close to him. He actually says, maybe I'll get to an underpass, but we tell people not to do that, right, Paul?
Right. Again, even sitting on an underpass is a dangerous thing to do. In fact, I watched the whole video. His outside mirror was actually kind of blown away. It's not his car, but it's actually blown around. Like I've been through car washes where the blower kind of blows your mirrors around. He had to move his window back before he started driving along because that's just the wind outside his car. He was so close to that tornado. Take a look again at this video. This is, again, he first stopped, and then he started backing up, and this thing literally crossed, Kelly, feet in front of him.
I was going to say, how many feet, or maybe a half a mile in front of them? Less than that?
No, less than that.
Yeah.
You can actually see some of the winds changing direction as it crosses the road there in front of him and touches down. The debris is flying everywhere. First, the debris is going from the left of your screen to the right. Then it crosses the road. Then you start seeing the wind go from the debris from the right to the left as well.
Trees are getting picked up in that too.
There's something along the roads causing sparks as well. So you have no clue what's out there. The best thing to do is to turn around and go the other way if you're in your vehicle. The safest place, though, is to be in a sturdy building underground if you can get to one.
Right, and try to avoid taking shelter under a bridge because, as you mentioned, Paul, that wind just gets funneled on through there. And you want to drive away from the tornado path by moving at a right angle to the tornado. I know Sam mentions he doesn't know which way it's moving, but you have to try to figure that out so quickly. Yeah,
and people talk about, should you get in your car or not? If you're in a mobile home, you want to evacuate, the best thing to do is to be underground if you can. Hands down, that's the safest place.
And be aware of the forecast before you even head out that day. Moore, Oklahoma is a city that has a history with deadly tornadoes, but despite all that, residents say the city remains resilient and strong, and one way they continue to bounce back is through severe weather preparedness.
And in fact, our own Mark Elliott joins us now from Moore, Oklahoma this morning for a special event that will help both the locals there in Moore and newcomers. Mark?
Yeah, and really, people all around the country, some great information coming out of here today. I'm here at the Moore Community Center. We have partnered with Cox Communications as well as the Red Cross and the Mental Health Association of Oklahoma to do a safety, preparedness, and recovery event. And speaking of the Red Cross, joining me, Ted McGuire. McGuire. I knew I was going to forget the name.
It's okay.
Ted McGuire with the Red Cross. It's amazing work that you guys do here with disasters. Talk a little bit about what you're going to do at the event today.
Well, we're going to have scanners here, and it might not seem like a big deal, but when there's a major disaster, you lose those important documents.
Yeah.
So you come in, you scan those tax forms or birth certificates, whatever they might be, and we're going to give you a flash drive. We're going to put them on the flash drive. You take those home. We're going to have preparedness kits, those first aid kits, and what I really like is the weather radios. That's your lifeline. So when the power's out, cable's out, you're in your safe area, you have that weather radio to tell you where the storm is and where it's going.
And that's something that people at home can do too. They can scan those documents if they have a scanner available and put those on the cloud so that they always have them available. Real quick, you guys work in schools around the area too?
Yeah, it's all part of our long-term recovery from those May 2013 storms. And we have this called the Pillowcase Project. And what it is, we go to the school, we bring a canvas pillowcase with Disney characters on it. They color the bag, and then they also get to learn some preparedness tips, but we put in there
fill the bag with all the stuff they need. It's such a great project, and again, all that goes in your safe room, and guys, people around the country can do that with their kids today. Back to you.
What a great program, Mark. Thank you so much, and we hope people are enjoying their weekend and enjoy the sun while you can, right?
Yeah, take a live look at Fort Myers. The sun is up this morning, but changes in the way. More details coming up next.
Oh no. Can you fix it, Dad?
Yeah, I can fix that. I wanted a car that could handle anything.
I fixed it!
That's why I got a Subaru Legacy.
Symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 36 mpg.
I gotta break more toys.
The 2015 Subaru Legacy. It's not just a sedan, it's a Subaru.
This is good, Mom.
Good? It's delicious. And this new kibble blend is so healthy.
Thank you.
No, Nancy. Thank you. Kibbles and bits, because every bit matters.
Thanks for this Oreo caramel shake, Kara.
Can't believe you ordered all these shakes.
Yeah.
And how do you know her name?
Oh, I kind of have nicknames for everybody based upon my order.
Caramel, Kara.
Yeah. Holly for jalapeno chocolate.
That's
and
great.
Janine for peanut butter.
Why Janine for peanut butter?
Because she reminds me of my ex-girlfriend Janine, who was nuts.
She was crazy.
25 hand-mixed real ice cream shakes, all half price after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
We are still in the eye, and we're still trying to get into the same place.
She's in labor right now.
We know more about this system hour by hour.
This is our Pineapple Express pumping in that rainfall.
We are talking about a doozy of a storm.
When you're diabetic, one of the important things about keeping yourself healthy is keeping your skin hydrated.
Gold Bond Diabetics Dry Skin Relief. 9 out of 10 saw noticeable improvement in just 1 hour. Dry skin is under control.
Gold Bond really works.
Many prescriptions can cause dry mouth. Act Dry Mouth Mouthwash and new toothpaste relieve dry mouth symptoms with soothing formulas that strengthen teeth and freshen breath. Act Stronger Teeth and Dry Mouth Relief. To soothe dry mouth on the go, try Act Dry Mouth Lozenges.
If you're battling addiction, it's not easy to ask for help. End Addiction would like to help you. End Addiction can help you get immediate admission into a recovery center near you. Many insurance plans will pay up to $30,000 for the cost of getting you help with no money out of pocket. The first step to ending addiction starts with one free, private, and no obligation call. There are things you still need to do. The first thing is to call End Addiction.
1-800-435-1043.
Tomorrow at 9.
One man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers. Tomorrow at 9. Only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 85. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 73. Sunday, partly cloudy. High 86. Winds southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Cue the techno music. Happy Saturday morning to you. Here's a live look at New Orleans right now. Scattered thunderstorms and a few scattered showers today. The weekend, the French Quarter Fest going on here. Actually had to close for a short time yesterday because of a passing thunderstorm. Be prepared for a few more as well.
It's muggy in New Orleans right now, 71 degrees, and you can already feel that it wants to rain at any moment, right?
Hey, time now for the 7-day stretch. We're going to stretch out this whole block talking about the weather you'll deal with today, this weekend, also into next week as well. We'll start you off with today. Great news for golf fans. No rain in Augusta, but South Georgia, South Carolina could also see some showers today.
All right, we'll be watching out for lightning, perhaps some strong thunderstorms across the southern plains. We've got the red on the map here. Western Kansas, western Oklahoma, not a huge tornado threat, but we can't rule it out completely.
Yeah, and also, in fact, there's a water spout off of West Palm Beach reported by a pilot earlier this morning, as a few scattered showers already offshore. Now, again, as we head towards Sunday, we also have some more snow showers out towards the west. By the way, yes, snow. Snow levels down around 4,000 or 5,000 feet. And Whistler, by the way, picked up 7 inches of snow this morning. Winter's not done in the Northwest.
You had fun out there, didn't you?
I did.
All right. Severe in the middle of the country, but, you know, if you're on spring break, maybe on vacation in Orlando, trying to visit some of the theme parks, looks like we could have a few showers and storms, but right now, what is that, a parachute?
A balloon or something.
Oh, my God, it's a hot air balloon.
Wow.
I rode in one of those once. It was so fun. Yeah, but you don't want to be up there when there's lightning, though. That's
I think that's Epcot Center. I noticed that dome there to the right.
Oh, that's so cool.
Magical there in the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, enjoy the dry weather while you've got it. That chance for storms increasing as we go through the next several days.
In fact, as we head towards Monday, we do have a chance of severe weather across much of the middle of the country here. In fact, let's listen to what our Dr. Greg Postel has to say.
On Monday, we've got a chance for some big storms across the south as a very humid air mass is going to get northward out of the Gulf of Mexico. There is the possibility of severe weather on Monday, and also very heavy rain could be a concern. Back to you.
All right, flooding, watch out for that.
And definitely want to have a plan B for your outdoor plans for spring break, because look at this, the rain continues throughout Monday, and Tuesday doesn't get much drier across much of the southeast Gulf Coast and even the East Coast, seeing some rain showers on Tuesday.
Yeah, here comes the rain into places like New York. Temperature, though, not bad, right? We'll take that 65. It's close to average this time of the year. There's a live look looking beautiful right now. I see some blue sky for their weekend.
Yeah, great Saturday shaping up for you. Meanwhile, as we head on towards the middle of next week, we're also watching dry weather here across the Northeast, but more rain showers and thunderstorms still plaguing the Southeast and Gulf Coast states.
Yeah, some of those outdoor baseball practices, my daughter's soccer practice may be impacted. A lot of areas in the South, including Atlanta, Georgia, had some pretty heavy rain last evening, actually, as that cold front moved on through. But right now, it is blue sky as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, enjoy that crisp air and slightly drier air behind the front now, because things will change as we head towards next week as well. Let's move on towards Thursday, and we're also watching the wet weather still plaguing the middle of the country. And after day of rain, we definitely have a flood concern across the southeast, but now we're seeing more storms return across the Midwest. Chicago, St. Louis, all could see showers and thunderstorms as we head on towards next week.
Yeah, this area of northern Illinois where they're still cleaning up after that devastating tornado. Just a heads up with some rain showers moving through by later on this week. But out towards Los Angeles, would love to see some rainfall, especially since we need it so bad. You know, the drought's been awful here in the West.
Yeah, the heat will definitely be on. Returning to the Southwest, here's a live look at Los Angeles. We wish we could have some clouds or some showers here, but nope. Temperatures will be warming back up to the 80s in the coastal areas, maybe even to the 90s in the valleys and the deserts. Will heat up again as we head on towards your Thursday. By Friday, though, the heat remains in the Southwest.
Heat remains 95 Phoenix, nice and cool in San Francisco. Temperatures in the low 70s, a little bit wet, though, for the Pacific Northwest.
Meanwhile, we're still watching the wet weather now return across parts of the southeast. Wet for places like Tennessee, even the Ohio River valleys as well. Also in the Great Lakes. Cleveland, This involves you on Friday dealing with, yes, more wet weather. Here's a live look at Cleveland. What a gorgeous day here along the lake. After seeing some clouds, a few passing showers yesterday, it's shaping up for a gorgeous Saturday.
You ever been to the Rock and Roll Museum they have there, the Hall of Fame?
I think I've been to Cleveland twice.
You have?
And both have been less than a couple hours.
Oh, they get to enjoy it so much. All right, there's Cleveland with the rain on your Friday. Not exactly what you want to see, but everybody's happy it's Friday, right? One step closer to the weekend. Wet weather, though, from Boston all the way down to Miami. So mainly the eastern half of the country where a lot of us don't need the rain, and unfortunately we stay dry out here in much of the west.
Except the northwest where more rain showers come through. And again, we're seeing some rain showers now across the northwest with lower snow levels. Heads up for travelers across the passes, especially Stevens and Stampede Pass could be dealing with some snow. Hey, we're still continuing our coverage of the aftermath of the tornadoes that ravaged areas of Illinois.
Our own Dave Malkoff is in Esmond.
Debris flying around at 200 miles an hour. The roof peeling off your home. What's it like to be inside a house like this? We will show you when We Can Recharge returns after this break. You're watching the Weather Channel, coast to coast.
My feet felt so heavy at the end of the day.
They used to get really tired.
Until I started gelling.
I got Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles.
When they're in my shoes, my feet and legs feel less tired.
It's like walking on a wave.
Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles.
I'm a believer.
Remember when you said men are superior drivers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then how'd I get this
Allstate Safe Driving bonus check?
Who's that?
so weird, right? My agent Tom said,
Only Allstate sends you a bonus check for every 6 months you're accident-free.
but I'm a woman. Maybe it's a misprint.
Okay, let's try.
Silence. Ask an Allstate agent about the Safe Driving bonus check. Are you in good hands?
良質熟練の技革新1000年の歴史を持つ文化が最先端の製造技術を使うと待てよあれこれってクライスラー
Reliability is now an American thing. Introducing the all-new Chrysler 200. America's import. Find it at Chrysler.com.
Joseph A. Bank presents the Big Spring Sale. All suits and sport coats are on sale, featuring executive and Joseph suits just $2 for $2.99. Sale ends Sunday. Joseph A. Bank, the new tradition since 1905.
Let's go Emerald Coasting. Visit Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Okaloosa Island, the heart of Florida's Emerald Coast.
Most homes have air leaks and drafts that waste as much energy as leaving a window open in your home all year long. Call Champion Windows at 844-4CHAMPION. When you buy 2 rooms of windows, you'll get the 3rd room free. Call today because every home needs a champion.
Need new tires? Right now at Pep Boys, when you buy 3 Falcon, Cooper, or Hankook tires, you get the 4th tire free instantly. Plus, get special financing for 12 months on purchases of $4.99 or more on your Pep Boys credit card. Trust the boys to get you there.
We are still in the eye, and we're still trying to get in a safe place.
She is in labor right now.
We know more about this system hour by hour.
This is our Pineapple Express pumping in that rainfall.
We are talking about a doozy of a storm.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 85. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 73. Sunday, partly cloudy. High 86. Winds southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
It was right on top of us. And then it hit.
took it to the edge. I didn't give up.
Happy Saturday, everybody. It's 30 past the hour. You are watching Weekend Recharge. So glad you could join us here on the Weather Channel. I'm Kelly Cass.
And I'm Paul Goodlow. Well, Kelly, something we don't do on weekend, we do like to do, I should say, on Weekend Recharge, is to see how weather is impacting local communities. We do this by taking a look at some local front pages for local newspapers. And take a look at this, the front page of the Rockford Register-Star in Rockford, Illinois. The big story is this week's tornado and, of course, the aftermath, picking up the pieces. And look at that. It's springtime. This tree should have leaves, and it is stripped bare, and there's debris in it.
And you can see some things hanging off the tree right there. And, you know, Paul, as we've seen covering these types of events over the years, it's the recovery process that can take a long time, and it's very sad, too, going through your home that's just been demolished. But the good news is, in the face of disaster, most communities really the country typically rallies together and helps those in need. Everybody kind of coming together.
They certainly do. In fact, we had more than 24 confirmed tornadoes, including an EF4 tornado that decimated the communities of Rochelle, Belvedere, and Fairdale, Illinois, packing winds of up to 200 miles per hour. 2 women were killed, and nearly 24 people have sustained injuries because of that.
Our Dave Malkoff is in the town of Esmond this morning, and we're going to get a live report from him coming up in just a minute.
And also, the overall weather pattern is going to stay wet and stormy this week, into this weekend, also into next week as well. That means you can see some storms across areas of Houston to New Orleans, even Atlanta and Orlando. We still can't rule out seeing more wet weather.
Yeah, so let's take a look at those top 3 stories that we are tracking for you, including that potential for some strong thunderstorms, spotty damaging winds. Can't rule out a tornado, but the overall tornado threat is low, and that stretches further east tomorrow.
Also, the south will get ready for wet weather, and once it comes in, it's going to stay around a while through next Wednesday. We're talking about 5 days from now. We have the chance of seeing a couple of inches of rain.
That's no fun, driving in the rain. It's good to sleep to it, though, right? Moist flow coming in from the Gulf. You've got that stalled out frontal boundary, and that's going to kind of interact with that moisture, so you can't rule out the showers and storms pretty much every day as we go into this upcoming week.
Well, now back to the recovery from the tornadoes from last week. Our Dave Malkoff is live in Esmond, Illinois, just outside of Fairdale.
And Dave, this is a lot of cleanup for people to handle. What help have you been seeing out there?
Everybody coming from miles and miles to help out. This tractor barn was made out of heavy-duty cinder block. It took that big, bad EF4 tornado just seconds to blow it away. You can really see the damage when you go up in the sky and look at the chopper coverage. This is just down the street that you're looking at. This is a community of about 100 people, just about a quarter square mile around. Every single home suffered some damage. But everybody is recovering now, except for the 2 women who did die in their home. It's very, very difficult because the community is so close-knit and everybody knows everybody here. So people are doing what they can to help out. You see, this family, they weren't even home at the time. They were, by luck, out of town, and they watched this come apart from text messages and the family telling them about what was going on with their home. They come back and they saw it just broken apart. Now, people are coming to help out from all over. There's volunteers, there's firefighters, there's even companies like Duracell who come out and they give people batteries, they give them a way to charge their phones. It's just so necessary to have people communicate, because sometimes when you see this happen on TV, you don't know what your family is doing until you get connected on Facebook or through a cell phone, you guys.
All right, very good point there, you know.
You don't think about your cell phone or your iPad battery going down until it's done.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it is important to take action before you end up in the path of a tornado, certainly.
Yeah, the roadway is not a place you want to be as well. In fact, take a look at these images from Thursday night of a tornado actually crossing a highway in Illinois. And it's just breathtaking to see that, and it definitely illustrates that point.
I mean, look at that massive monster. You can actually hear it.
This is violent.
That roar.
You guys,
a lot of people
right
describe
there,
it as a train coming through, but Man, that is so scary. Look at the people driving away from it, seeing that in your rearview mirror.
Yeah.
Well, if you're traveling and do get caught, there are resources out there. And joining us now is Steve Hewitt, the Chief Executive Officer of the Kansas Turnpike Authority.
Yeah, there are 236 miles of roadway in Kansas. Now, how many tornado shelters do you actually have along these roads?
Well, here at the Turnpike, as you said, from state to state, we have our Turnpike, and we have nearly 30 different shelters for the public and for our staff to help out during these situations.
So who are they primarily for then? Mainly the staff?
Well, primarily for the staff. However, though, we allow our travelers to go to those different locations, and our website shows where those locations are at. And so you should be self-aware of where the situation and whether it leans and where it's going. So, but we allow folks at our service centers, at our plaza locations, to have a safe place if there's severe weather in the area.
So are there signs telling drivers that there is a shelter in certain locations, and how many people can these shelters hold?
Well, these shelters can hold as many as 15 people in our rest areas, a few more, and some of our larger plazas, even more than that. Go to our website. You can see where those locations are at. We don't necessarily sign on the Turnpike itself, but we allow people, if you'll go to our website, you'll know where to go. Be aware of your situation, know the weather patterns and where you're at, and we're here to help because we want folks to be safe here in Kansas.
Only a little while left here. What's the main message you really want to send out to travelers?
Be self-aware of your situation. Know what the weather's going to do. Know where you're at, and understand that they can be serious and make sure your family's safe. And we offer that opportunity here at the Turnpike.
All right, that's Steve Hewitt, the CEO of the Kansas Turnpike Authority. Thanks for joining us this morning.
All right, we're going to talk more about that severe weather threat. You're watching Weekend Recharge.
This storm coverage is brought to you by Duracell. Visit Duracell.com to learn how Duracell Power Forward provides relief to those in need.
I've seen hurricanes, floods, I've seen tornadoes. We give out Duracell batteries after the worst happens. And when the power's out for days, we stay with them. You might say they lost everything, but that's not what I see. I see a different kind of power. I saw it in Ruth, Adam, Tom. It's the power they have inside of them. The power to move forward.
At Duracell, we believe that's the power that never, ever goes out.
I'd like to put in my 15-year notice.
You're quitting?
Technically retiring, sir. With a little help from my State Farm agent, I plan to retire in 15 years.
Wow, you're totally blindsiding me here. Who's going to manage your accounts? This is a devastating blow I was not prepared for.
Take charge of your retirement. Talk to a State Farm agent today.
Advanced Design makes it easy to protect your dog or cat from fleas and ticks. Discover Seresto. With the performance you expect from topicals in a non-greasy collar, Seresto provides protection against fleas and ticks for 8 months. Seresto.
People that would do anything for golf deserve a store that would do anything for golfers. Visit Golfsmith for the largest selection and guaranteed lowest prices. Golfsmith, anything for golf.
I'm Louie, and I quit smoking with Chantix. Quitting smoking is a challenge, and it's a lot easier to go into a fight when you've got somebody that's got your back. Having Chantix as a partner made it more successful.
Along with support, Chantix Varenicline is proven to help people quit smoking.
Chantix helped reduce my urge to smoke.
Some people had changes in behavior, thinking or mood, hostility, agitation, depressed mood, and suicidal thoughts or actions while taking or after stopping Chantix. Some people had seizures while taking Chantix. If you have any of these, stop Chantix and call your doctor right away. Tell your doctor about any history of mental health problems, which could get worse while taking Chantix, or history of seizures. Don't take Chantix if you've had a serious allergic or skin reaction to it. If you develop these, stop Chantix and see your doctor right away, as some can be life-threatening. Tell your doctor if you have a history of heart or blood vessel problems or develop new or worse symptoms. Get medical help right away if you have symptoms of a heart attack or stroke. Decrease alcohol use while taking Chantix. Use caution when driving or operating machinery. Common side effects include nausea, trouble sleeping, and unusual dreams.
Chantix absolutely helped me quit smoking.
Ask your doctor if Chantix is right for you.
This weekend, upgrade your style at Men's Warehouse. Right now, buy one, get one free on select items store-wide. Plus, take an additional 50% off all clearance items. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Hey girl, is it crazy that your soccer trophy is talking to you right now? It kind of is. It's as crazy as you not rolling over your old 401k. Cue the horns. Just harness the confidence it took you to win me and call TD Ameritrade's rollover consultants. They'll help with the hassle by guiding you through the whole process step by step. And they'll even call your old provider. It's easy. Even she could do it.
Whatever, Janet.
For all the confidence you need, TD Ameritrade. You got this.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 85. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 73. Sunday, partly cloudy. High 86. Winds southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Pretty wild night in Atlanta last night when thunderstorms came screaming on through. This picture from Patty Collins Morgan showing the sinister skies at the Atlanta Airport Marriott, taken at 6:30 in the evening. But yeah, the sun should not go down till about 7:45, but you can see it was pretty dark out there.
It was pretty dark. We had reports of street flooding at 10th and Monroe, knocking out power as well around the TED. That also caused a delay of the game between the Braves and the Mets, but they finally got it in.
Also, airport has some delays for about an hour or so because, again, storms coming through. You don't want to land or take off when you have storms right over the airport like that.
Absolutely not. Well, we're going to talk about some of the video that we've seen, of course, of the storms that moved through with that front. But right now, you can see the clear skies over Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta, taken from the top of the Coca-Cola World headquarters here. 60 degrees. We're moving up to the upper 70s. Won't be as warm as it was earlier this week. We had record-setting temperatures hitting 87 degrees, but definitely lower humidity and slightly lower temperatures. But a lot of blue skies right now, Kelly.
Oh, it's beautiful out there. By the way, I followed that cold front from Nashville. It came through yesterday morning, and then basically I came over the plateau and I saw the dark clouds over Georgia, and that was basically the cold front that I caught up to and got to experience it here as well. So yeah, we saw some showers, some downpours certainly, but now we're into a great weekend. In fact, tomorrow looks pretty nice as well. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds, temperatures in the mid-70s for your Sunday, but here comes the rain. Back to work, back to Monday. Delays on the roads, trying to drive in on 75 and also 285. Wet weather continues all the way through Thursday. And that rain's going to add up when you've got so many days in a row of at least that chance for some rain. You could really see some serious amounts. In fact, right now we're focusing the higher amounts along the Gulf Coast. So if you're living in Houston, over towards Baton Rouge, New Orleans, all the way over towards Biloxi, Gulfport, and even the western panhandle of Florida, southern Alabama, we could certainly see several inches of rain, not out of the question. Plenty of moisture coming in from the Gulf, interacting with a stalled out frontal boundary, and then on top of that, you get another cold front approaching, and that just adds more lift in the atmosphere and gets some of those showers and storms going. And occasionally those storms could be severe, but it's the flood threat that we're going to have to watch out for. Try not to hydroplane as you're traveling the 10 here for today, and then more tomorrow, kind of expanding in coverage all across the south, and that chance for rain continues as we head into Monday, Paul.
Well, the rain's coming in Monday because this week is Masters Week, and check this out. That is legendary Jack Nicklaus. He is hitting a hole-in-one. First time since he started playing on the PGA Tour 54 years ago. This, by the way, was on Wednesday. He was teeing off on the fourth hole of the par 3 contest and rolled right back into the hole. Hey, by the way, today is round 3 of the Masters, and the current leader is Jordan Spieth. The winner of the par 3 contest, Kevin Streelman, and they talk about the whole par 3 jinx. No one who's actually won that contest has gone on to win the Masters that year as well. But yeah, let's talk about another big story on the PGA Tour of the Masters. Tiger Woods back this year after like a 6-week layoff of his game. He did not play last year because of a back injury. So let's talk about not just sports, but how weather impacts sports, especially Tiger's performance. Now, he's won the Masters 4 times, 97, back-to-back in 2001, 2002, and then 2005. Now, in those 4 wins, he's had just 4 of those rounds, of those 16 rounds, with rainfall. His scoring average is 68. In 12 dry rounds, scoring average also 68. So I'd say in terms of rain or dry, it's kind of a wash, at least in his victories. Now, what about the temperatures in his victories? Average temperatures are above 80 degrees. Well, he scored a 69. His scoring average when temperatures are below 80 degrees, 68 degrees. So He fares a little bit better when temperatures stay below 80 degrees. Now again, he didn't play last year, but take a look at the last 5 Masters he did play in. Temperatures when they were above 80, his scoring average is 70. Temperatures below 80, his scoring average is, again, 70 degrees. The temperatures have not been affecting his game as of late. Also hasn't won as of late as well. Now in terms of rainfall, when it does rain, his scoring average is 71. When it stays dry, his scoring average comes down to 70. So again, the takeaway is perhaps he plays better in dry conditions than wet conditions. And his last 5 Masters, generally for those last 5, he had top 10 performances, except back in 2002. He got finished 40th here. So the forecast here is for temperatures to stay just below 80 degrees and stay dry for today and tomorrow. Perhaps he'll finish the top 10 again.
Gonna wash the dust off my soul. Gonna listen to some rock and roll. No cares, come what may. I'm making a beautiful day.
You're only young once, unless you have a Subaru.
The Subaru XV Crosstrek. Symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 34 mpg. Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Carpools, conferences, microwave dinners. They blur one into the next. We lose ourselves in the fog of everyday life and drift away from what matters. But like a beacon in the night, it finds us. The light of more than 100 lighthouses burning through that fog and beckoning us back to what's real and true. This light shines for us all. This light is Pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
My feet felt so heavy at the end of the day.
They used to get really tired.
Until I started gelling.
I got Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles.
When they're in my shoes, my feet and legs feel less tired.
It's like walking on a wave.
Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles.
I'm a believer.
Success starts with the right connections. Introducing Miracle-Gro Liquifeed Universal Feeder. Turn any hose connection into a clever feeding system for a well-fed garden. Miracle-Gro. Life starts here.
It was right on top of us. And then it hit. And we took it to the edge. Didn't give up.
Living with diabetes, it's really important for me to take care of my skin. It's a schedule. It's must do every day.
Gold Bond Diabetics Dry Skin Relief. 9 out of 10 saw noticeable improvement in just 1 hour. Dry skin is under control.
Gold Bond really works.
Many prescriptions can cause dry mouth. ACT Dry Mouth Mouthwash and new toothpaste relieve dry mouth symptoms with soothing formulas that strengthen teeth and freshen breath. ACT Stronger Teeth and Dry Mouth Relief. To soothe dry mouth on the go, try ACT Dry Mouth Lozenges.
Listen up, America!
The price of life insurance has gone down 60% over the last 15 years. Many Americans know they need it, and some that have life insurance know they don't have enough. How would your family get by without you? How are you planning for the uncertainties of life? Find out how easy it is to protect the ones you love. The quote is free and there are no obligations. Listen up, America. Call now.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 85. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 73. Sunday, partly cloudy. High 86. Winds southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Wow. now trapped in a tempest. This is a church van, and you're seeing it trying to drive during a storm that hit Asheville, Kentucky. The van was destroyed during Friday's storms after a tree fell in it. 1-inch size hail also reported with this thunderstorm, making it a severe thunderstorm there. And yeah, that's scary. Perhaps, as the old song says, Jesus, take the wheel. Perhaps he was definitely looking out for them. A tree fell on that van. Wow. The back half just crushed. Whew. Lucky to be alive this morning. And of course, we know he'll be tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, he'll be in the front row of church here. Let's talk about, another chance of severe weather. I try to make fun as I can, but we know it's a serious situation here. We're also watching storms encroach across the Oklahoma City area from western Oklahoma. The skies are darkening here. By the way, this is the Devon Tower here, the tallest building there in OKC. 50 stories. You can definitely see a view of the lightning strikes that are well off to the west of you. We're starting to see the lightning diminish somewhat, but still clouds and wet weather moving in as we speak, and more storms out here just south of the Woodward, Kansas area, also producing quite a bit of lightning at this time. Lightning also a very dangerous component of these storms, and we'll see more storms erupt towards the Panhandle later. But right now we're watching storms moving across the valley area, heading on towards Corpus, eventually Houston, the I-10 corridor, even to New Orleans, and points eastward throughout the morning. And towards the afternoon hours, we'll see more showers and more thunderstorms, even for you in Galveston. Then later on tonight, we'll watch this afternoon, this evening, we'll watch the dry line fire up again. So we do have a risk of strong and severe thunderstorms. These should stay west of OKC, but again, some of these could be strong and severe, maybe even tornadoes. Kelly?
And Paul, with all this wet weather, knowing those braking speeds and rainy conditions really can help protect you and your loved ones. You got to know how much you need to be able to stop completely when you're driving in the rain. For example, at 70 miles per hour, keep 315 feet between you and the car in front of you while driving in just dry road conditions. But in wet conditions, you better believe it. You got to add on to that 560 feet between you and the car in front of you. Now, remember, vehicles can also hydroplane. You kind of lose control even at speeds below 35 miles per hour. And most importantly, torrential downpours can reduce visibility to near zero. That's when you can barely see right in front of you, and this makes objects and other cars on the road only visible after you've already passed that minimum braking distance. And of course, if you've got more weight in the car, like your luggage, more members of your family in the car, it takes you longer to completely come to a stop when driving in rainy conditions, snowy conditions too. Well, wondering whether that is coming up next, and we'll also highlight your forecast for the weekend ahead. Stay with us.
Advanced Design makes it easy to protect your dog or cat from fleas and ticks. Discover Seresto. With the performance you expect from topicals in a non-greasy collar, Seresto provides protection against fleas and ticks for 8 months. Seresto.
Lowe's presents How to Get Inside Someone's Head.
I love the wicker.
I'd prefer the wood finish.
Green feels right.
Has to be blue.
2 seats is perfect.
3 seats would be better.
Those cushions really match your dress.
So, the other one then?
Let's get this one.
What are you thinking?
Nothing.
Now get 15% off all Charbroil True Infrared gas grills at Lowe's, where your style comes together.
When you're living with diabetes, steady is exciting. Only Glucerna has Carb Steady, clinically proven to help minimize blood sugar spikes. I'm a bull rider. Make it part of your daily diabetes plan, so you stay steady ahead.
I started my Camry. Ran a race most wouldn't dream of starting. Chose to take down a monster. And realized when it's dark enough, you can see the stars. One bold choice leads to another. Toyota, let's go places.
The FDA issued a public notice to doctors and patients concerning serious injuries caused by transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, and bladder sling. Please call now if you had one of these devices implanted in the last 5 years. You may be entitled to a cash award. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling in the last 5 years,
Please call 1-866-686-7952 now.
You know those neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? The Weather Channel just gave them their own TV show.
Gonna be awesome!
Sunday nights.
Come on, wind! I think I just made Mother Nature my
One man's trash.
This is perfect!
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
This is incredible!
Failure's not an option.
Oh, yeah, it is.
We got a problem, Houston!
Brainstormers, Sunday nights at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Well, coming up tonight on the Weather Channel, Tornado Alley Big City Twister, Miami.
This vacation paradise is built to withstand hurricanes, of course, but what about a rare EF5 tornado?
On the open ocean, cruise ships are hyper-reactive to the slightest weather threat, able to hit speeds of 35 miles per hour to quickly reach safe waters. In the port of Miami, with only a few minutes' notice, steering the huge vessels out of harm's way is not an option. For thousands of terrified passengers, the ships are shelters from the debris storm, but they can't stop the inevitable. Massive winds move large ships. The ships are torn from the docks and pushed like toys. In their path, just 500 yards away, the MacArthur Causeway, a land bridge with hundreds of motorists attempting to escape the rampaging twister. And with a 200,000-ton out-of-control cruise ship heading straight for it, this could be one of the biggest shipwrecks in history.
The experts weigh in on Tornado Alley, Big City Twister, Miami. That's tonight at 9 Eastern, right here on the Weather Channel.
All right, time now for the wonder of weather. And with all the thunderstorms and tornadoes this past week, we do have some beautiful pictures of some lightning out here. And take a look at this, North Carolina, a beautiful picture here. And unfortunately, North Carolina, the home of the first lightning death of 2015.
But lightning is just awesome to see from a safe distance. There's a beautiful shot for you with a few bolts right in there. That's in Ohio. James M. Harley, cool.
You also look at this, like finger lightning spreading out here across Butler County, Ohio, with the storms rolling on through. And we got some cool little stats we were talking about earlier with lightning. Better chance of having a hole-in-one than getting struck by lightning than
These spicy super crunch chicken strips are not your mom's chicken strips.
No, they're my chicken strips.
Dulera is not for people whose asthma is well controlled with a long-term asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Once your asthma is well controlled, your doctor will decide if you can stop Dulera and prescribe a different asthma control medicine, like an inhaled corticosteroid. Do not take Dulera more than prescribed. See your doctor if your asthma does not improve or gets worse.
Ask your doctor about Dulera.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 85. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 73. Sunday, partly cloudy, high 86. Winds southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
A good Saturday morning to you, and welcome to Weekend Recharge. I'm Paul Goodlow.
And I'm Kelly Katz. Maria's got the weekend off, spring breaking it somewhere, so I'm happy to be here with you guys. And for the next 2 hours, we want you to unplug and just get lost in the weather. Just enjoy the show along with us.
So take your cell phone. We're going to walk one right in here. Don't throw it yet. Just put it on airplane mode, because they actually charge faster in airplane mode.
There you go.
And then you kind of push it off to the side, let it recharge, unplug, and rewind with us. We'll get you caught up what's going on today, and also take a look back what happened this week, as well as look forward to the forecast for next week.
It's been a busy weather week, that's for sure. More than a dozen confirmed tornadoes this week, resulting in 2 deaths, unfortunately. So what happens if you're driving down the interstate and you spot this, a tornado coming your way? Knowing what to do or maybe what not to do can mean the difference between life and death for you and your family.
And there's a nail sticking out of this piece of debris. These were flying through the air at 200 miles an hour. It peeled the roof off of homes. What happens when you're inside there? We'll talk to one guy whose grandmother was inside a home when it came apart. Coming up in a live report from Illinois. Coming up.
And the threat is not over yet. A new round of severe weather, including the threat of more tornadoes, flaring up this weekend. In fact, we have a tornado count of a 3 for 2 states today. And thunder and lightning threatening your outdoor plans from Texas all the way to the Carolinas and many places in between. Here's Kelly with a closer look.
All right, in fact, that chance for rain increasing across the southern tier of the United States. There's a look at the past 6 hours showing that one cold front moving on through. Now we've got the chance for severe right here in the southern plains, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. Not a high tornado threat, but we can't rule it out completely. Stormy conditions all across the south, and unfortunately that's going to last for quite a while. And then our next wave of storms coming through the Great Lakes and eventually into the Northeast. But Paul, most of these areas are catching a break for the weekend. We've got some sunshine out there, cooler temperatures in the wake of that front that I followed from Nashville all the way to Atlanta on my long drive. But really amazing to see the changing weather as the cold front comes on through.
Yeah, 'tis the season, spring, of clash of air masses. But now more on our top story, the tornado aftermath in Illinois. The National Weather Service rating that tornado an EF4. The monster storm just devastating plenty of towns.
And now as we head into our second day of cleanup, residents are working to pick up the pieces. Our Dave Malkoff is live in Esmond. And Dave, seeing a lot of destruction out there firsthand, right?
Yeah, and you can stand on top of it. This is actually a tractor barn that came apart in all of this mess. It was made out of cinder block, but the tornado, an EF4, 200 miles an hour up to that, took it apart in seconds. The governor was here yesterday taking a look at all the damage. He declared it a state disaster area, saying he doesn't necessarily need any federal recovery money for this, but they can do it with a state recovery. As we walk through here, we can actually see what happened to this home. Now, the family had 2 or 3 kids who are up here in the top floor, and that's where their bedrooms are. Actually, this is the 6-month-old bedroom. If I walk through here, you can see that tree took it out. But by some kind of crazy miracle, the family was not here at the time. They weren't here, so nobody was inside the house except for this tiny little kitty, Kukaluka. And this is the only soul who was in the house that actually survived the storm. We found the cat this morning, and it's back with their owner. Now, it's a very scary thing to go through this as a kid. Even more frightening if you've never seen it before and you're elderly and you can't get around very fast.
Grandma told me this morning that they were huddled in the bathroom. She was on the toilet. Candy threw a bunch of blankets and pillows over top of her, and then got on top of her. And they heard the wind howling, and then all of a sudden the roof lifted off and flew away. And then the house kind of collapsed in on top of them. My my two uncles and a couple of neighbors came and searched the house and were able to find them and then transport them to the hospital.
They survived. Two of their neighbors did not. It was a very bad situation over there because it's such a small, tight-knit community, you guys.
All right, Dave, amazing that poor cat survived, but scary situation, I'm sure.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have another chance of more thunderstorms, not in Illinois today, but areas of Kansas, even Colorado, as well as areas of Texas and Oklahoma also seeing the threat for severe weather. Let's take a look at the radar right now. Thunderstorms, well, they're starting to weaken a little bit as they head on towards Oklahoma City, but areas of western Oklahoma still seeing some thunderstorms and plenty of lightning at this time of the morning as well. And we'll have more popping up just west of here as we head later on to this afternoon as well. A bigger picture also showing some rain around the valley, and some of these storms also heading on towards Corpus Christi and eventually the I-10 corridor. This will be the focal point of showers and thunderstorms as we head on towards this afternoon and in the early evening hours as well. From Galveston to Houston to Lafayette, even on towards New Orleans and Gulfport could see some storms. And then we focus back towards the dry line sitting up here in western Texas, the Panhandle area of Oklahoma as well. We could see some strong and severe thunderstorms. And some of these storms, unfortunately, will have damaging wind, spotty hail, and still can't rule out the risk of tornadoes as well. In fact, the Torcon from Dr. Forbes, a 30% chance of seeing a tornado within 50 miles of the Panhandle areas here of Texas, Oklahoma, even western Kansas. Now, as we head into next week, we're still watching this flow coming in from the Gulf of Mexico, meaning plenty of rain coming in. It's going to be a soaker, as well as a risk of more severe weather, mainly tomorrow. And now we stretch from the Big Bend area all the way on back to the Panhandle, to Wichita, even into southern areas of Iowa, and even Kansas City could see some strong and severe thunderstorms. Yeah, wind, hail, the big risk with those storms. In fact, Wichita, beautiful Saturday, enjoy that. Up to 70, close to 80 tomorrow, fueling more strong and perhaps severe thunderstorms for Sunday afternoon. Kelly?
Well, Paul, devastation in Illinois after tornadoes ripped through several towns, flattening homes and businesses. We're going to dissect some of the amazing video that we now have here at the Weather Channel and look for clues into what happened and what some of the people had to face here.
There's nothing more romantic than a spontaneous moment, so why pause to take a pill? And why stop what you're doing to find a bathroom? With Cialis for daily use, you don't have to plan around either. It's the only daily tablet approved to treat erectile dysfunction, so you can be ready anytime the moment is right. Plus, Cialis treats the frustrating urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Why pause the moment? Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use. For a free 30-tablet trial, go to Cialis.com.
What's he doing? You think I have time to run into?
Golfsmith. Anything for golf.
The amazing, delicious cinnamon and sugar taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch and cold milk. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Crave those crazy squares.
Doug, we have the results. But first, we have a very special guest. Come on out, Flo. You have anything to say to Flo?
Nah, just let the results do the talking.
Well, he could do that. We show our Progressive Direct rate and the rates of our competitors, even if Progressive isn't the lowest.
It looks like Progressive is not the lowest. When we return, we'll find out whether Doug is the father. Wait, what?
This weekend, upgrade your style at Men's Warehouse. Right now, buy one, get one free on select items store-wide. Plus, take an additional 50% off all clearance items. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Advanced Design makes it easy to protect your dog or cat from fleas and ticks. Discover Seresto. With the performance you expect from topicals in a non-greasy collar, Seresto provides protection against fleas and ticks for 8 months. Seresto.
Mario had a job to do, but his tool selection wouldn't do. Luckily, the nearby AutoZone and a free loaner torque wrench did the trick and left Mario feeling 10 feet tall.
It's called The Zone, and we'll help get you there.
It was right on top of us. And then it hit. When you took it to the edge, it didn't give up.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 85. Tonight, partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 73. Sunday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 86. Winds southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We are still in the eye, and we're still trying to get in a safe place.
She's in labor right now.
We know more about this system hour by hour.
This is our Pineapple Express pumping in that rainfall.
We are talking about a doozy of a storm.
Oh, it's hitting something.
Call 911. Go!
Yeah, that's about as scary as it gets. A massive wedge tornado at close range. That's the voice of storm chaser Tyler Olson as he watched the tornado cross Interstate 39 in Rochelle, Illinois. Moments later, this twister would blow apart the town of Fairdale.
Look at that huge wedge tornado right there. You can actually hear the roar of it.
You can see how quickly those winds are rotating around and kind of into that tornado as well. It is definitely scary. And as it crosses that interstate, it kind of reminds us that, yeah, getting to a safe place can literally mean it can be the difference between life and death when a tornado is threatening you.
And what you should not do if you spot a twister coming your way. Check it out.
This is a tornado, and I cannot tell which way it is going, so I don't know how to get away from it. But it looks like it's coming right towards me. Yeah, I'd say it's gonna come right over me. Let me see if I can back up here a little bit and get under the bridge.
Wow. It's hard. You don't know which way it's going.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have a Doppler radar like some of the storm chasers do.
Yeah, that was Sam Smith. We're talking to him earlier about the 8:30 hour on the Weather Channel, and he was talking on speakerphone to his son. He was trying to remain calm because he was talking to his son. He's in the car by himself. And again, like you mentioned, Kelly, again, storm chasers have someone else watching the radar so they know which way it's coming. Your average pedestrian or just person driving along doesn't.
And you can see the debris. Look how close it's getting to him. You can see the windshield wipers. I mean, we're talking mere feet, really, from that tornado.
And then you can see something along the road that kicks up sparks right there. Might be a road sign. You have no idea. Something being dragged along the road hard enough to create sparks. That's a sign of how strong this thing is. And it literally passed within yards of his car as he backed up under an underpass. Another very dangerous thing to do.
Trees were stripped of their leaves, and in some cases, the trees were completely uprooted. But, you know, Sam did the right thing staying in his car at this point because he could have been hit by some of that flying debris.
Yeah, the first thing you want to do is just drive away, drive the opposite direction, or if you have to, stay in the car with the car on because most modern cars have the airbags and protection there. So if the car is not on, then the airbags won't work.
Avoid shelter under bridges. That only helps to funnel that wind even stronger. And like you said, Paul, drive out of the tornado path by moving at right angles to the tornado.
Another area not unfamiliar with severe weather and tornadoes is Moore, Oklahoma. That city has a long history of deadly tornadoes, but despite that, residents say the city remains resilient and strong, and one way they continue to bounce back is through severe weather preparedness.
And Mark Elliott joins us now from Moore, Oklahoma with a special friend. Hey, Mark.
Yeah, exactly. Here in more local in the community, a community that's no stranger to severe weather, as you talked about, safety, preparedness, and recovery, the themes today. So here with Butler, who's got an itch right now, as well as Amy McCullough from the American Humane Association. Let's talk a little bit about therapy dogs and why they're so important to this process.
You bet. There's something about a dog that just makes us feel better. And so Butler's job as the official Weather Channel therapy dog is to go out to people who have been impacted by severe weather, give them some comfort, some relaxation, some sense of normalcy after what they've been through.
And so that certainly comes into play with severe weather that Moore has seen plenty of. But let's talk a little bit about, like in Illinois, this storm just went through a massive tornado, affected communities. How does Butler or a therapy dog of any kind assist in that case?
Yeah. Well, research shows that petting a dog can actually improve your physical health in terms of lowering your blood pressure, evening out your breathing, and also mentally. It can help you lift your mood, just cheer you up for a minute. Pets can be nice and distracting, entertaining, just make you smile for a second as you're, experiencing potentially something horrific.
And so when we're in the local community today and people might be approaching Butler and just gone through a storm, what is he going to do for them?
He will be here just doing this, being Butler. I mean, that's what's so great about dogs. They're unconditional love. They're just fun. They're fun to play with, and he'll be there doing his tricks and letting everybody pet him.
And so about 300 people have the opportunity to come through and say hi to Butler today at the Moore Community Center here in this local community. And we are going to continue to stay here through the afternoon so that everyone who's been affected by these recent storms gets a chance to do exactly that. Guys, back to you.
We love Butler, don't we?
All right. Cute. Thanks, Mark, and Butler and Amy as well. Hey, I hope you're enjoying your weekend because things will be changing. Take a live look at Fort Myers. A beautiful morning here at the beach, but things will change.
Yeah, sipping your coffee outside, maybe have a margarita later today, but watch out. We've got some storms in your forecast. The 7-day next.
Making a fist. Something we do to show resolve, to defend ourselves, to declare victory.
That's how you do it.
So CVS Health provides expert support and vital medicine
Make a fist for me?
at our infusion centers or in patients' homes. We help them fight the good fight. CVS Health, because health is everything.
We're here today asking kids what their favorite vegetable is.
Kids?
Now we're going to give those same kids Bush's Baked Beans. And finally, we're going to tell them that Bush's Baked Beans are actually a vegetable.
Ixnay on the vegetable bay.
Oh, right. Bush's secret family recipe gives them a delicious flavor, so they're a vegetable that kids actually like.
Bush's Baked Beans, the vegetable that kids love.
Run away with me. This award season, the red carpet has shades of green. The spotlight shines all day.
Lost soul to revelry.
And the Jeep Grand Cherokee lets you go where others can't.
Running wild and running free. Two kids, you and me. Now say, hey, hey.
So you end up with the best seats in the house. The 2015 Jeep Award Season event.
You do know the experts at Midas will tell you when he's fixing now and what can wait, right? Like, I don't know, brakes?
Of course I do.
One of the best things about driving is being able to stop. Get up to $100 back by mail on a 2-axle brake service. Brakes, tires, oil, everything.
We are still in the eye, and we're still trying to get into the same place.
She is in labor right now.
We know more about this system hour by hour.
This is our Pineapple Express pumping in that rainfall.
We are talking about a doozy of a storm.
On the beautiful island of St. Lucia, only at Sandals can you stay at one resort and play around at all three. Play around wherever you want. Play around as often as you like. Dine around at 23 gourmet restaurants. Enjoy unlimited rounds on us. Why, you can even sleep in the round. Sandals Resorts in St. Lucia. Get 3 vacations for the price of 1. Call 1-800-SANDALS.
Double your deal during Tire Kingdom Spring Savings Event. Today at Tire Kingdom,
Buy 4 select in-stock Goodyear, Cooper, or Pirelli tires, and you'll get up to $60 via mail-in rebate. Put it on your Tire Kingdom credit card, and you'll get up to $60 more. That's double the deal. Up to $120 back to you. Only during Tire Kingdom's Spring Savings Event. Tire Kingdom Service Centers, proud sponsor of Sunfest.
It was right on top of us. And then it hit. And we took it to the edge. Didn't give up.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 85. Tonight, partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 73. Sunday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 86. Winds southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Hey, a good Saturday morning to you, New Orleans. Take a live look at the city. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast as we head throughout today. And this weekend's French Quarter Fest actually had to close for a short time yesterday because of a passing thunderstorm, so be prepared for more today.
Yeah, more storms kind of passing on through much of the south, actually, not just New Orleans, but the area of red on the map, that's where we need to watch out for some large hail, dangerous lightning, and possibly isolated tornadoes.
And also, it doesn't stop the northwest. More mountain snow, so if traveling across the passes, snow levels down at times to 4,000 feet. Where was this back in February and January? Now it's April, mid-April. We got snow still coming down. And again, a nice Saturday, dry Saturday from New York, even to D.C. with a Cherry Blossom Festival. I think it's the last weekend of that.
Oh, yeah.
Gorgeous
It's the
pictures.
peak.
Tomorrow is the last day of the festival. It is peaking right now.
All right, it's gorgeous there in D.C. We're going to have to watch out for some storms in some popular tourist spots like Orlando, so watch out for that. And the storms progress toward the east as we head into our Sunday from the Quad Cities right on down to Kansas and Oklahoma.
More weather across the southeast, and take a live look at Orlando. Already seeing a few clouds out there. We have a chance of showers and thunderstorms today as well as tomorrow. So if you are out for spring break here in Orlando, you might want to make sure you have a plan B in case those storms come through. They will shut down the rides if there's lightning in the area, just to be on the safe side as well. Also on Sunday, we're dealing with another nice weekend here across the Northeast. So again, the last day of the Cherry Blossom Festival should be gorgeous.
Great weather for picture taking and enjoying all the views. But you know what? Monday, here comes the system. It's a messy one. A lot of cities in this rain. We've got Dallas, Atlanta, right on up towards Chicago and Detroit. Looks pretty wet out there.
And we could have a chance of severe. Here's Dr. Greg Postel with more.
On Monday, we've got a chance for some big storms across the south as a very humid air mass is going to get northward out of the Gulf of Mexico. There is the possibility of severe weather on Monday, and also very heavy rain could be a concern. Back to you.
Let's move from Monday to Tuesday. We're still watching the wet weather across the south, but now it's moving into the northeast. After a couple of dry days, we have rain for you as we head on towards Tuesday.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty soggy across many southern cities as well. Miami looking warm but muggy, 87 degrees. In the wake of all that, we dry out in places like Chicago and Minneapolis.
But the northwest is still seeing some rain showers and some snow as well. Mountain snow here in the northern Rockies. Again, April, we're still getting some snow. But on the East Coast, it's all wet weather. Take a live look at New York. The sunshine is going to stay with you for a couple of days, but by Tuesday, we'll look for some more rain showers to come on through there, but clearing out as we head towards Wednesday.
Beautiful look towards New York right now, though. Enjoy the blue skies while you got them, right? We've got to enjoy it because changes are coming our way, and you can see by Wednesday, we're talking Atlanta up towards Nashville, much of the plains looking at that chance for storms.
Atlanta, you had some storms yesterday. Take a live look right now. Temperatures a little bit cooler than your record-setting 87 from a couple of days ago, and rain pushing on out, and temperatures staying about, say, 5 to 10 degrees, actually below average for the next couple of of days, but you should stay dry as well. Hopefully that rain kind of helps wash some of the pollen out of the south.
It's ridiculous. Came home yesterday to a yellow sea of pollen all over my deck. You know what I'll be doing later on today.
Yeah.
We do have the showers all the way through the Ohio Valley, the Tennessee Valley as well as we head towards Hump Day Wednesday, but it's keeping those dry skies around Boston and New York.
As we head towards Thursday, the wet weather continues across the south, so this is the concern for flooding. You talked about day after day after day after day of more rain here, so yeah, it could keep the pollen at bay, but at the expense of perhaps causing more flood concerns, more rain showers here across the Ohio Valley as well.
Check out the heat. The heat is on in the Valley of the Sun, right? Phoenix, Arizona, get ready for the 90s. You know, it's that time of year we start to heat things up out there. Right now we're looking at clear blue sky and nothing but sunshine.
As we head from Thursday into Friday, end of next week, we're still watching more wet weather now, basically east of the Mississippi. Scattered showers can reel out some thunderstorms across the south as well.
Well, still, we're covering the recovery effort there in Illinois. Dave Malkoff joining us there.
Yeah, it's amazing to look around and see the destructive power of this EF4. Think about it. This went down in seconds. We'll take you inside a home coming up.
Whatever their stickers say, they'll all lose suction because their filters clog. But with our sonic tips oscillating at 5,000 hertz, only new Dyson Kinetic Science won't lose suction.
Shopping for the family used to cause a lot of stress between me and my budget. But thanks to Fingerhut, we have found our happy place.
Life is definitely sweeter.
At Fingerhut.com, we got approved to shop with low monthly payments, over 200,000 items with brand names like Samsung, Dyson, DeWalt, and with great family stuff like this Samsung TV.
And even our yoga mats.
All you got to get the credit you deserve to get all kinds of great stuff for the family.
Can a protein originally found in a jellyfish improve your memory? Our scientists say yes. Researchers have discovered a protein that actually supports healthier brain function. It's the breakthrough in a supplement called Prevagen. As we age, we lose proteins that support our brain. Prevagen supplements these proteins and has been clinically shown to improve memory. It's safe and effective. For support of healthier brain function, a sharper mind, and clearer thinking, try Prevagen for yourself today.
After years of being treated like she was invisible, it occurred to Mindy she might actually be invisible. But Mindy was actually not invisible.
Ooh, what are you doing?
Can you see me?
Yeah.
She had just always been treated that
You
way.
don't look at me like that. There are worse things than an attractive woman touching your body.
Okay. Join the nation that sees you as a priority.
Nationwide is on your side.
Introducing new Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. This changes everything. New Flonase outperforms a leading allergy pill, so you will inhale life. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. Most allergy pills only control one substance. Flonase controls 6, and 6 is greater than 1. So roll down your windows, hug your pet, dust off some memories, make new ones. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
Be one with it, and it will be one with you. Be one with your tires, and the road will be one with you. Hankook Tires.
I take these out to put in Dr. Scholl's Active Series insoles. They help reduce wear and tear on my legs because they have triple zone protection and reduce shock by 40%. So I feel like I'm ready to take on anything.
It took James Dyson 5,000 prototypes to invent the bagless vacuum, and another 10,000 to invent the only vacuum that doesn't lose suction, thanks to patented sonic tips. Everything else is history. Search Kinetic now.
We are still in the eye, and we're still trying to get to the same place.
She's in labor right now.
We know more about this system hour by hour.
This is our Pineapple Express pumping in that rainfall.
We are talking about a doozy of a storm.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 85. Tonight, partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 73. Sunday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 86. Winds southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Tomorrow at 9. One man's trash. Get to work. Is another man's totally awesome beer can space heater. Hi.
Brainstormers. Tomorrow at 9. Only on the Weather Channel.
Good Saturday morning, everybody. 30 past the hour. You're watching Weekend Recharge. So glad you could join us. I'm Kelly Cass in for Maria LaRosa this morning.
And I'm Paul Goodlow. Well, Kelly, something we like to do here in Weekend Recharge is take a look at how the weather is impacting people across the country by looking at their local newspapers and looking at their front page. And look at this one. The Chicago Tribune has it right there, a monster of a storm. And you can see this picture with debris everywhere, even leaves stripped off of the trees.
Yeah, just a lot of devastation there. And of course, Paul, as we've been covering these types of events over the years, now of course it's the recovery process, and it's a long process, unfortunately. But the good news is, in the face of a disaster, most communities and really the whole country just typically rallies together and helps those in need.
Sure. In fact, we had more than a dozen confirmed tornadoes, including an EF4 tornado that decimated the communities of Rochelle, Belvedere, and even Fairdale, Illinois.
It packed winds of up to 200 miles per hour, killing 2 women and injuring nearly 24 others. Our Dave Malkoff is in the town of Esmond this morning, and we're going to get a live report from him in just a minute.
Now, the overall weather pattern is going to stay wet and stormy this weekend, well into next week as well. And that means more storms from Houston to New Orleans. Even much of Florida and the Carolinas could be in for some wet and stormy weather.
And it's, of course, the middle of April. You have a lot of outdoor plans, of course, so we want to give you a heads up on where that weather could get dangerous. Talking spotty, damaging winds, Dodge City, right on down into western Oklahoma and Texas. And then that threat for severe weather heads toward the east tomorrow.
And with those storms comes plenty of rain. And it's not just the severe storms. We're talking general areas of rain and thunderstorms for all across the Gulf Coast states. Some areas 2, 3, 5, even 8 inches of rain possible through the middle of next week.
Yeah, so we'll have to watch out for flooding. Try not to hydroplane and lose control of the car, because it is going to be heavy, heavy rain for some of these areas along the Gulf Coast with that stalled out frontal boundary, and all that moisture just continues to flow from the Gulf.
And now back to the devastating tornadoes from earlier this past week. Our Dave Malkoff is in Esmond, Illinois, just outside of Fairdale.
And Dave, I know this is a lot of cleanup for people to handle, overwhelming, I think, but what help have you been seeing out there so far?
So many people from the community are coming out, Kelly, to help out. People who don't even know these families, and there's a lot of cleanup to do. This barn was made out of cinder block, as you can see, but that EF4 is right there near the top of the scale as far as tornadoes go. This thing went down in seconds, and all of its pieces from the roof went flying. Think about this. This is very heavy here. And it was flying through the air with nails in it, and all this spinning around at 200 miles an hour. This is just one home that was destroyed. Look at that. The whole roof peeled off of this. It's a very tight-knit community. Not many people live here, but they were all in the path of this. It may have been a half-mile wide, spinning at up to 200 miles an hour, and the people of Fairdale, Illinois were right in its path.
Right over this way. Where did we go last night when we got scared? Did we go down in the basement?
Down there in the dark, 3-year-old Jade Swanson rode out her first tornado. It's also Grandma's first.
We've watched them go around us. Never had one right here.
Ran upstairs, grabbed her, and told Grandma to come downstairs.
She didn't cry. Just wanted to know what we were doing, so we're going to stay here till the storm goes away.
That patio door shattered from the fence coming through.
Did you have flashlights at all? Or?
There were in the house.
But not with you?
No, we just ran.
I was more focused on getting down to the basement at the time.
Debris is still blowing in the wind. 2 of their neighbors were killed here.
The other side of town's gone. It's horrible. We're lucky.
Across a cornfield, Tanner Young's house still has a staircase.
We're going upstairs.
But no longer has a second floor.
Over to the right, this was a storage room. The bathroom is in here. Same sort of thing in there. Everything's getting pushed around with the wind. You can't even really move the doors at all.
Trisha Brittenham is aunt to the 3 kids who live here.
They've been here for about 3 years.
It all happened so fast. This large tree took out a huge chunk of the house. This was 6-month-old Henry's room. You can see from the animals on the wall. In fact, his crib was right here. Now it's buried in debris.
She had the 3 bedrooms and they all had a kid in there.
Call it luck or something else, but they were all out of town when the tornado came through. For once, this full house was empty.
I know. Talk about a silver lining, yeah.
Every cloud's got one, even the one that created this monster.
It's crazy. It's hard to take in.
Man, oh man, could you imagine that? That tornado, a half-mile wide, just coming towards your home, and all your kids being up here. They were so lucky that no one was in the home at the time, except for one soul. There was a little tiny kitty inside the house. The kitty came up to us this morning, and we reunited it with the homeowner here who is putting the pieces back together. It's just things, but it's really devastating to see this when this is your home, Kelly.
Really is. Just amazing that cat was able to survive, you know. I almost wish there was a camera that kind of caught what was happening in that house and where the cat might have run to take shelter.
Yeah, I mean, if that cat had opposable thumbs, I think he'd play the lotto, or maybe a scratch-off, because he's a lucky cat to be alive.
Amazing.
There's 8 lives left.
All right, coming up, we're going to talk more about your weekend forecast here on Weekend Recharge.
This storm coverage is brought to you by Duracell. Visit Duracell.com to learn how Duracell Power Forward provides relief to those in need.
I've seen hurricanes, floods, I've seen tornadoes. We give out Duracell batteries after the worst happens. And when the power's out for days, we stay with them. You might say they lost everything, but that's not what I see. I see a different kind of power. I saw it in Ruth, Adam, Tom. It's the power they have inside of them. The power to move forward.
At Duracell, we believe that's the power that never, ever goes out.
Bridgestone's new Drive Guard tires are engineered to take a puncture and go up to 50 miles.
We can drive 50 miles on a flat, and you have an app that makes nails pop up?
Yep.
We could rule the world. But I've got carpool at 3, though, so
that time.
We could, mess with the world.
This weekend, upgrade your style at Men's Warehouse. Right now, buy one, get one free on select items store-wide. Plus, take an additional 50% off all clearance items. Only at Men's Warehouse.
Started my Camry. Remembered the choices I've made. To be bold where others are scared. To show her right from wrong. And realized my little girl had become an amazing human being. Who will make choices of her own. Toyota. Let's go places.
Across America, people are taking charge of their type 2 diabetes with non-insulin Victoza.
For a while, I took a pill to lower my blood sugar, but it didn't get me to my goal. So I asked my doctor about Victoza, and he said Victoza works differently than pills, and it comes in a pen. Victoza is proven to lower blood sugar and A1C. It's taken once a day, anytime, and the needle's thin. Victoza is not for weight loss, but it may help you lose some weight.
Victoza is an injectable prescription medicine that may improve blood sugar in adults with type 2 diabetes when used with diet and exercise. It is not recommended as the first medication to treat diabetes and should not be used in people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Victoza has not been studied with mealtime insulin. Victoza is not insulin. Do not take Victoza if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Victoza or any of its ingredients. Symptoms of a serious allergic reaction may include swelling of face, lips, tongue, or throat, fainting or dizziness, very rapid heartbeat, problems breathing or swallowing, severe rash or itching. Tell your doctor if you get a lump or swelling in your neck. Serious side effects may happen in people who take Victoza, including inflammation of the pancreas, pancreatitis, which may be fatal. Stop taking Victoza and call your doctor right away if you have signs of pancreatitis, such as severe pain that will not go away in your abdomen, or from your abdomen to your back, with or without vomiting. Tell your doctor about all the medicines you take and if you have any medical conditions. Taking Victoza with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. The most common side effects are nausea, diarrhea, and headache. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney problems.
If your pill isn't giving you the control you need, ask your doctor about non-insulin Victoza. It's covered by most health plans.
You can't predict the market. But at T. Rowe Price, we've helped guide our clients through good times and bad. Our experienced investment professionals are one reason over 85% of our mutual funds beat their 10-year Lipper averages. So in a variety of markets, we can help you feel confident. Request a prospectus or summary prospectus with investment information, risks, fees, and expenses to read and consider carefully before investing. Call us or your advisor. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 85. Tonight, partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 73. Sunday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 86. Winds southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
You can see how the heavy rain that rolled through yesterday caused some problems for the Atlanta Braves and their season opener against the New York Mets. Now, the start of last night's game was delayed until the storm finally passed through.
A tarp, as you can see there, was put out on the field to protect it from the rain. The storms also knocked out power in the area and flooded roads nearby. But despite a soggy start, the Braves did eventually beat the Mets 5-3.
Come on out and beat the Mets. Oh, greet the Mets. That was a song. It was Change It. Native New Yorkers, a little fun there with the Mets expense.
That's right.
But hey, you know, also a lot of lightning with those storms, so you also want to stay indoors. That's why they evacuated the fans as well. You don't want to be out in the open when you have that. The good news is barely a cloud in the sky, no clouds in the sky today here in Atlanta. Gorgeous start, kind of on the cool and crisp side, and hey, enjoy it while it lasts because yes, the heat and humidity just around the corner, but a gorgeous day out here. Kelly has more on when the rain clouds are moving back into the ATL.
Yeah, it is the season. You got to be ready for the showers, the thunderstorms that can pop up, and just amazing to see how green everything is all of a sudden too. But that pollen count, that's been high too. And the good thing about the rain is it temporarily kind of washes it all out of the atmosphere. New Orleans, we had some downpours yesterday interrupting your French Quarter Fest. It looks like we'll still have a few thunderstorms out there the rest of this weekend and beyond, even as we head back to work and school on Monday. Know where your umbrella is. Your umbrella is your friend over the next few days. We've got plenty of rain in the forecast, not just for New Orleans, but back towards Houston as well. There could be some delays at Hobby Airport. We're talking as much as 5 to 8 inches of rain, just persistent flow of moisture coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. Some areas even seeing perhaps 2 to 3 inches from Shreveport, Monroe, all the way over towards Atlanta. We could see a couple of inches of rain as well. Here's the setup. We've got a stalled out frontal boundary, an area of low pressure coming in as well. That southerly flow, you need moisture for rain, and we've got plenty of that. And then, of course, you've got that cold front approaching from the west, adding more lift to the atmosphere, and that's going to get some of those showers and storms going as well. Some of those storms could be severe, by the way, especially in the western parts of Oklahoma, Kansas, and Texas. As we head into tomorrow, looks like that stretch along I-10, it's going to be a wet one. Windshield wipers going pretty fast at times, and even along Interstate 20 between Dallas and over towards Jackson, Atlanta. We've got the rain for you as well come Tuesday, and those scattered showers and thunderstorms also affecting the Tennessee Valley into the Carolinas too. Look for some downpours at times, and definitely definitely be careful if you have to do any traveling here in Houston. Look at the thunderstorms in our forecast, rumbling through Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and on into Wednesday as well.
A lot of rain. And speaking of heavy rain, torrential rains recently hit the Louisville, Kentucky area pretty hard, so much that the water swamped fields where local youth baseball teams play.
So today, volunteers are trying to salvage what they can. And joining us live is Steve Hume, the president of the Spencer County Youth Baseball Association. Steve, good to see you this morning. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate the opportunity.
So about 250 players used the fields, and the season was set to start this coming week. Talk about the scope of the damage there.
Well, if you can see behind me, we got fences down, we got equipment just kind of washed off, and a lot of destruction, because it wasn't just a flood, it was a current, and it just tore everything out in its path.
Man.
Steve, a lot of damage there. How much money is it going to cost to fix and replace everything?
Well, initially we had an estimate of $60,000, but as the volunteers and the donations started coming in of equipment and material, we're roughly around $20,000 out of pocket at this point.
Oh my goodness, that is a lot of work for volunteers too. I mean, what exactly can they do to save the fields, and are you confident that you can even have a season there?
I am, actually, because I have 160 people behind me right now. They're on it. I've got 10-year-olds with shovels putting the debris into wheelbarrows. We're cleaning up right now, and then it's just a matter of the volunteers putting the effort forward to really get the fields ready to play.
And Steve, why is rebuilding so important to you?
To me, if you think of a time when you was a kid, there might be a moment that you remember an interaction with an individual, and you go to that person now, and you could tell them with vivid detail, hey, you remember when this happened? He'll have no memory of it. And to me, these ballparks are a catalyst for those types of memories. We're creating adults here. We're creating future decent adults, decent people. And that's why these fields are important to have it, because we need that kind of influence on our kids.
And real quick, Steve, only a little bit of time left. How can people help out there?
You can check out our GoFundMe account. I think you got a link on your page. And right now, if you're in an area, come on out and help us out.
If I was, I would, Steve. Thank you so much. It's great to see everybody coming out and helping you, and we wish you well, and we hope those fields get up and running again.
Yeah, so great to see community coming out, people volunteering because they know our future, it all depends on the kids.
It really does. Great to see everybody coming together for that. You're watching Weekend Recharge. We hope you get ready for the weekend here.
Yeah, perhaps you're in Atlanta. Check out the Dogwood Festival. Weather should be fantastic.
14 clubs. That's what they tell us a legal golf bag can hold. And while that leaves a little room for balls and tees, it doesn't leave room for much else. There's no room left for deadlines or conference calls. Not a single pocket to hold the stress of the day or the to-do list of tomorrow. Only 14 clubs. Pick out the right one and drive it right down the middle of pure Michigan. Your trip begins at Michigan.org.
Gonna wash the dust off my soul. Gonna listen to some rock and roll. No cares, come what may. I'm making a beautiful day.
You're only young once, unless you have a Subaru.
The Subaru XV Crosstrek. Symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 34 mpg. Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Need an oil change? Let the boys do it for you with our full-service oil change and a multi-point inspection for only $19.99 with coupon. And make your service appointment easily online at petboys.com. Trust the boys to get you there.
I take these out to put in Dr. Scholl's Active Series insoles. They help reduce wear and tear on my legs because they have triple zone protection and reduce shock by 40%. So I feel like I'm ready to take on anything.
We have been shattering records. Look at this sample.
I'm getting soaked.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
No, I wasn't.
Many prescriptions can cause dry mouth. ACT Dry Mouth Mouthwash and new toothpaste relieve dry mouth symptoms with soothing formulas that strengthen teeth and freshen breath. ACT Stronger Teeth and Dry Mouth Relief. To soothe dry mouth on the go, try ACT Dry Mouth Lozenges.
Skin's ability to retain moisture weakens with age. New Gold Bond Strength and Resilience has skin plumping moisturizers and proteins from the Resurrection Plant to bring skin back to life. 84% saw an improvement in skin texture in 5 days. Gold Bond Strength and Resilience.
Attention, this is a Xarelto alert. Have you or a loved one been hospitalized or died after taking the blood thinner medication Xarelto? Xarelto has been known to cause serious internal bleeding, including bleeding of the brain or gastrointestinal system. Potential claims are being reviewed for victims of Xarelto who've suffered. Don't go through it alone. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to help fight for you. Call Xarelto Alert now for a free case evaluation. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 85. Tonight, partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 73. Sunday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 86. Winds southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Wow, look at that. Do you have an idea what this is? Well, this is a church van which is trapped in a thunderstorm. You're seeing from the inside of that truck, a church van in Ashland, Kentucky. The van destroyed during Friday's storms after a tree fell on it. 1-inch size hail also reported with the storm. The driver definitely lucky to be alive. No one injured with that, but yeah, it was a close call in a church van. Definitely he had a co-pilot watching out for him. It was definitely a stormy and scary night there, but also we're not out of the woods in terms of more severe weather, especially across parts of Texas and the plains. Oklahoma City seeing some rain showers right now. Not as many thunderstorms. Lightning strikes still going off to the north and west of you, but as areas of the panhandle, we could see more strong storms fire up later on today. And right now we're watching rain showers around the valley. They're heading on towards Corpus and eventually on to Houston and Galveston. Put this in motion. The I-10 corridor seeing more storms, including you in New Orleans. And then later on this afternoon, this evening, we'll see storms fire back up across the dry line, which is where you typically see storms this time of the year. And that will give us a chance of strong and severe thunderstorms. There's a huge risk of some damaging winds and some hail. And also, we can't rule out the risk of even tornadoes as well. So there's a 3 on the torque count, which means a 30% chance of seeing a tornado within 50 miles of that area of the panhandle of Texas and Oklahoma, as well as areas of into that areas of, I guess, southwestern Kansas as well, and also southeastern Colorado. Not immune to tornadoes. Right. You have that risk today as well.
All right, we had a lot of rain in Atlanta yesterday. It was pouring with that cold front moving through. The weather certainly matters, of course, for a lot of things going on, including the 79th annual Atlanta Dogwood Festival at Piedmont Park. But this weekend looks fantastic.
And joining us now from the festival is the executive director of the festival, Brian Hill. Good morning to you, Brian. And we know there was some rain there yesterday, and the first day of the festival was yesterday as well. How do you make the call on when to cut that night short based on what's coming on with the forecast?
Well, last night obviously was a bit of a challenge, and obviously public safety is our first and primary concern. We can handle a little bit of rain, but when we started seeing the lightning and thunder coming down, and it was getting close by, and then it really broke loose, that's when we say public safety is paramount, and we had to call it short a little bit last night.
I mean, yeah, the Dogwood Festival is such a huge draw. So many people go to this. So when planning an outdoor event like this, what kind of contingency plan do you make for the weather?
Well, we always have our on-stage announcements, and as we see a weather cell coming up that might be dangerous, we make the stage announcement for people to please clear the area, not to get under the large trees, and basically make your way out of the park as soon as possible and as safely as possible. But as you know, today, that's not going to be any concern.
Yeah, great weather today, even tomorrow as well. And I know you had some rain last night. This is being held at Piedmont Park. How's the grass? How's the turf hanging in there with all that rain?
Well, for the most part, the open areas are doing pretty well. That's starting to dry out. Underneath some of the tents, we actually lost about 10 tents last night.
Oh, wow. This program brought to you by John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer.
You could sit at your computer and read all about zero-turn mowers. Click, scroll, tweet, or you could just sit on a John Deere Z435 Easy Track and feel its power. You'll know it'll get the job done fast. When it's time to pick a mower, you've got to get on one. Visit your local John Deere dealer for a test drive today. Sign up to take your turn on a Z435 and save $100 on your purchase. Nothing runs like a Deere.
People that would do anything for golf deserve a store that would do anything for golfers. Visit Golfsmith for the largest selection and guaranteed lowest prices. Golfsmith, anything for golf.
Well, sir, after some serious consideration, I'd like to put in my 15-year notice.
You're quitting?
Technically retiring, sir. With a little help from my State Farm agent, I plan to retire in 15 years.
Wow, you're totally blindsiding me here. Who's going to manage your accounts? This is a devastating blow I was not prepared for.
Well, I'm going to finish packing my things. 15 years will really sneak up on you.
Jennifer will do your exit interview, and Adam made you a cake.
Red velvet.
Oh, thank you.
I made this.
Take charge of your retirement. Talk to a State Farm agent today.
What does high-strength, roll-formed steel look like? Like this. Chevy Silverado. High-strength steel for high-strength dependability. Current Chevy owners can get this Silverado 1500 for a total value of $8,000. Plus 1 year of Sirius XM with every MLB game. See your local Chevy dealer today.
We have a tornado on the ground. It's moving. We know you can't control the weather. That's looking good. So we build things to harness it. That's awesome. They hit the water. Game on.
Up here in Southeast Alaska, Coast Guard's last line of defense.
This is about how far you can push yourself.
Bring back in Brian Hill, the executive director of the Dogwood Festival. We had to pay the sponsors there unexpectedly. And thanks for joining us and staying with us over the break. And you were talking about how the turf is holding up to the rain from last night.
Yeah, as I said, it's drying out really well. We started the day off early with a 5K run, and it was great weather conditions for it. It was beautiful spring morning, and pretty much people have already forgotten the rain, and they're coming out in droves to see the dogwoods blooming and be around all the great activities and great art and music, and it's just going to be a great day out, and we're just really happy that the weather's cooperating for the next 2 days.
Yeah, the attendance, was it not so good yesterday with the rain? I mean, thankfully it's a gorgeous day today, but how were the numbers yesterday?
Well, it started off pretty strong, but as Atlanta can sometimes be pretty fair weather, and when it started to get a little cloudy out, people changed their mind and either headed home or just didn't come out. So it was just as well that we canceled earlier because we would hate if we had the whole park full when that rain broke.
Yeah.
Forecast upper 70s for the rest of the weekend. So if people are thinking about coming out to the festival, what kind of activities or events will people find?
Well, we've got the Fine Arts Show, which is we're the third oldest fine arts festival in the country. We have an international stage with over 300 performers from over 20 different countries. That's going on all weekend. We've got a main stage. We've got amusement rides, big rides in the meadow. We've got the Frisbee Dog Disc Competition, which is a regional qualifier for the Nationals. We have a high school art competition exhibition, which is really great to see the up-and-coming artists, and they'll be the artists of the future here at the festival. And obviously, there's always the funnel cakes, the food, and just the general entertainment. It'll take 2 days just to see the whole festival.
It looks fantastic, Brian. You just mentioned a whole lot of things going on there, like the dog frisbee catching thing.
And real quick, Brian, does it cost any money to go to the festival?
No, it's been free for 79 years, and it still is. So everybody can come out. They can take the local MARTA station, and we've got free shuttles coming here, so we're going to make it easy for you to come and enjoy the whole day.
I love it. The only threat today, sunburn, but do what you're doing, right, Brian? Wear the hat. Cover up your face.
There we go.
That is Brian Hill, Festival Executive Director. Great price. My son calls it free 99.
Can't beat it.
Free 99.
Free 99.
Free 99.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for unplugging and spending some time with us. Now get out there. Enjoy your day.
And also show us how you are getting recharged. Post your photos to the Weather Channel's Facebook page. You just might see them right here tomorrow on Weekend Recharge.
I'll be back with you tomorrow morning.
All right.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees under cloudy skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 85. Tonight, partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. Low 73. Sunday, sunshine and clouds mixed. High 86. Winds southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Got one more thing I want to talk about. That's the storm still going on here across the southern plains. Oklahoma City seeing some rain, a few rumbles of thunder, more thunder up toward the north and west of you. These storms are weakening at the time being. We'll see more storms fire up, though, in the Panhandle as we head later on this afternoon into this evening as well. We're also tracking some storms here from the valley. Moving across to Corpus, even parts of North Padre seeing some rain showers. Eventually, the I-10 corridor, New Orleans, Gulfport could see some storms as we head on towards this afternoon, as well as more storms erupting back towards the Texas, Oklahoma Panhandle. And that is where we have our best chance of some severe weather, mainly damaging wind and some hail. And we still can't rule out the risk even of tornadoes here across areas of southwestern Kansas, southeastern Oklahoma, Colorado, as well as the Oklahoma and Texas panhandles. We have a 3 on the Torcon list, and the risk for severe pushes eastward and northward tomorrow, including Kansas City, even southern Iowa. Stay tuned. Highway Through Hell starts right now.
This season on Highway Through Hell.
What are you doing? Are you a complete moron?
The season's here. It's finally here.
I don't like this. Look out!
Get out, get out, get out.
Open the door.
Look out. Supposed to check the truck.
I'm going to teach him a lesson.
What the?
All you can do is hope it's not going to be you.
On the Highway Through Hell, the last line of defense is a heavy rescue team ready to tackle any disaster. Because closure is not an option.
What happened to the Coke? Bit of a nightmare in the Orient. Couple clouds are just heading up eastbound.
An early season storm has slammed into the mountains east of Hope, British Columbia.
This stuff is so slippery.
The overnight freight run is struggling to get over the Coquihalla Highway.
Holy, you poor guys on that Coke. It's either icy or dirty rotten. Pain in the ass in the 5.
At the top of the Smasher, the steepest hill on the Coke, a dozen trucks wait for the storm to break.
Only a matter of time before somebody that road up so bad they'll close it here. Yeah, that sounds about right too.
Just after midnight, the storm claims its first wreck of the season.
Some transport went sideways, and we're going to be here for a while.
A fully loaded reefer hit the no post.
Yeah, this will take a while to pull out.
What do you mean the coke's screwed up? Is it closed or what's happening?
The jackknife is now blocking all 3 southbound lanes.
As we're cresting the hill coming down, I saw the truck stopped here. There's always, that moment when you're like, I'm not going to be able to stop.
The timing couldn't be worse.
I heard Highway 1 was closed at the base of Jackass Mountain. Highway 3 road hasn't even been plowed yet. Tow truck hopefully isn't going to be too long.
It's the perfect job for Jamie Davis Heavy Rescue.
Maybe Jamie's up on the coke.
But the call goes to the competition.
Jamie's not even up there. Where the hell is he?
Chop, chop, let's go.
Jamie's Heavy Rescue crew
Ready?
have their hands full.
Check after check. Look at it.
For the past 48 hours,
Go ahead.
they've been going non-stop, working a new stretch of highway.
Come on, get out of the way. Anchor.
1,200 kilometers north of the coast.
We've done a job every day since I've been here.
Highway 881 junction.
Heavy Rescue's A-Team has rolled into northern Alberta's booming oil patch to stake a new claim on the only other road